Welcome back to A Corporate Time. So it was Halloween night last night, obviously.
Spooky.
What'd you do, Sam? Did you just hang out?
I had a
and,
sensible salad, and I unplugged all my lights.
and did anybody even knock on the door?
Salad. What was in your salad?
Didn't even have any candy.
What was in your
Just some
salad?
chicken salad.
No croutons in there?
No.
No bacon bits? Nothing spicy because it was Halloween?
Man, I ate like trash over the weekend, so I gotta get healthy.
Okay.
Pizza and hot dogs.
She's been punk rocking, so when she went to Fest, you probably were eating like junk food.
Garbage.
And, yeah.
I'd make the argument that,
Halloween, you got to party though. You got to eat something crappy.
that it adds to your life's fun to give out a couple pieces of candy to some neighbor kids.
Oh, you're going to
that
give
come
Sam the whole spiel you gave
Oh,
Tony Rage.
well,
He
hold on.
shamed Tony Rage on Monday into create. Then Tony Rage felt so bad after Tom said, "Come on, what are you, dumb old man? Do some candy for the kids. It'll make it's good for your soul." I think you were
Good for
saying
your
that.
soul?
Yeah,
I
Tom
call
was
him
he's
the
like chicken
Scrooge.
soup. You were saying it was like chicken soup for your soul.
No, I
and he's
didn't-
like
I've
good for
never
it.
said
And
that.
then Tony created like a sign that said, "This sector has been infected. Please take one piece of candy and leave more candy for the other survivors." And he stood out there with a baseball bat like a zombie killer with blood all over him. And it's like you shamed him into doing that, and he was
And it made
miserable
it-
the whole time.
No, it made his life better.
I don't know.
because
Did you hand out candy?
we did before we went trick-or-treating.
Yeah, that's all I did. I'm the candy guy. Somebody's got to man the house while Maisie makes a loop.
But then, because I look at it like, all right, some kids come to here. I understand if you live in like Baldwin Park and it's going to be a never-ending line.
It
like,
never stops.
You'd have to be out there for 5 hours
you
straight. Like, I
do.
understand that's a commitment.
I did notice that well, finish your point, and
Yeah.
I'll tell
Well,
you what. Yeah.
My point is that it doesn't make you a little bit happy? Like someone rings a doorbell.
I
you,
like it.
You
I
buy
do
a
like it.
tiny little bag of Snickers, one, it was like $3.99, and then you give
I
out
like
some one piece to some kids.
I
and
can
they say,
also see
"Thank
not
you."
doing it. I can see both sides, but I very much enjoy it. But I got it in my blood.
It's the only time of year you could do that.
My
it's
dad
like, all
loved
right, I'm getting a taste of the holiday.
It was my
right?
dad's favorite holiday. He loved giving all the kids the candies.
So
He loved it. Absolutely loved it.
What's wrong? I want you guys next year. I want you guys to try it. Just
Are you
going
to
to
give her a budget? Are you going to
God.
budget it in for
I'm
her?
going to talk to Travis about this.
He's worse than me.
No,
I
but
don't know. I don't know if you want to open that door.
I wanna
don't know
see-
if you want to open that door.
because I could come to him and be like, "Listen, I'm like you. I'm grumpy. I
So
don't
wait,
like fun."
maybe when we do our annual Halloween show in the Semantic Studio, you can question. You could ask them then, and then maybe even bring a bag of candy as a a sign of goodwill. Say, here's a starter bag from the Van Family Archives.
I just want them to try it to see.
You don't know if they haven't tried it.
Have
Do
you
you-
tried it? Do you know that maybe that you would like
Have
it?
you
and you're
done
like,
the chicken?
"All right, this
Have you
is-"
done the chicken soup for your soul?
I don't know if you realize that Trav and I aren't exactly fans of kids.
yeah. They're
Yeah,
not
no, but
they're
this
not
is-
the kid guys.
But this
Plus,
is not.
there's not really kids in our neighborhood. We'd buy a bunch of candy and then maybe get one trick-or-treater.
No, but it just that one though.
Yeah.
It's just one.
That
You get
one's
a taste.
good
you're
for
gonna-
your soul.
It's just
Yeah.
like you do the thing. You're like, all right,
yeah,
we did
it's
the
like
thing.
taking one spoon of the
Yeah.
chicken soup and you're
And they say
Good
thank
for
you,
my
and you're like,
soul.
all right, that's
Yeah.
this is it's a thing that a lot of people do. So there's a reason why a lot of people really enjoy giving out candy. Like
a lot of pedophiles.
Yeah,
No,
weirdos.
no,
Yeah.
weirdos.
Creeps.
No,
Chock full of creeps.
Why do you guys want kids knocking on your door? That's weird.
But it's not even now. Like
yeah, you stand on the grass.
When
Oh, God, I got to sit outside?
yeah.
No thanks.
well,
It is hot. It's
that's a
very
commitment.
hot.
That's
yeah.
a commitment. I understand.
And if
but-
you're in a costume like I was, Andrea cheaped out. I could give you the business on what Andrea did. Andrea looked like just a drunk mom. She had a pumpkin head beer shirt, tiny black shorts on, and a witch hat. I was like, that is not cutting it.
No.
A witch hat.
I didn't even-
witch. I had to beg her to put the witch hat on. She
didn't-
wasn't going to dress up.
me and Crystal didn't dress up. At
Oh,
all.
my
What?
God. You got to dress
You're
up.
the one talking about having fun.
You got to dress
And
up.
you didn't even dress up.
If you're going to hand out candy, you
I
got to dress
dressed
up.
up for 3 days
You
in a
gotta dress
row.
up.
No. Well,
The person handing the candy should be dressed up. That's the way it works.
we didn't hand out candy. Well, like we
What?
left. Well,
You opened up saying you did.
No. Well, a trick or treater came. Like it was still light as hell outside.
Yeah, we got to
and they
stop
kept-
that. We
and
got to
so-
stop that too. 5:30 is too early.
Well, they're
guys.
the little kids
No.
that come out real early. But anyway, some little kid came to our house and we gave him
Babies.
some candy. But we set up our our French witch and the
Nice,
table.
nice.
And then we set the jumping spider up, and we caught.
I love the jumping spider.
We got two. We made one kid cry.
Yes.
And
There we
then
go.
we scared some what looked like a 17-year-old
Thugster?
girl.
Okay.
A female
sad girl,
thugster. And
That spider is scary, man.
then there was a bunch of people that didn't set off the jumping spider, and there was a bunch of kids around. We and Crystal watched these videos
Yes,
last night before we went to bed, and we were scrolling through all the different, because we set up the French witch and the table of candy and the jumping spider next to our Ring doorbell.
Yeah, okay.
So
All
everybody who came up, we got the video, and we only got two scares.
That sucks.
And the rest, the jumping spider.
Maybe you need to change his position a little bit, because that's a grade A quality jumping spider.
Then my sprinklers went off this morning,
Okay.
and
It ruined the spider.
well,
rusted crazy.
It sprayed
Got that wonderful Castleberry rust water. Rusted him good.
Oh, you're a ring girl.
I left the table and the tablecloth and everything
Of course you
outside,
did.
and it started going off. So it was spraying the inside of the tablecloth. It was underneath the table, the
Oh, God.
sprinkler.
Is
and
that the
then
Tom and Dan tablecloth?
It sprayed all the jumping spider. Ruined
They're
everything.
all ruined.
Anyway, next year, Sam, you and Travis have to try it twice. 2 candies. And I'm telling you, it increases your
I do
joy
love
of
it.
Halloween.
I do enjoy
just a
it.
tiny bit. I mean, it's that or nothing, and I feel like you at least experience it a little bit.
Okay. All right. Maybe you can break. I contend they're not going to do it unless you bring them a starter bag. You got to give them a starter bag.
No. I mean, I'll give you.
They can
It's
get
not about the
expensive.
candy.
Because if they get the
What's
bug,
it about? I don't know.
If you get the bug, it gets expensive.
It's a
Chicken soup for the soul. He said that. It's the chicken soup. It's to give you the meaning of
You're
Christmas.
participating-
It's the meaning of
chicken
Christmas.
salad.
It's participating into the holiday.
Yeah, it's the
I
meaning
do
of-
participate. I go to Fest every year. I dress up.
Yeah, no,
She
but
does dress up more than you do.
no, I know, I understand. Like I
I
didn't dress
plan
up
my
at all.
costumes a year in advance.
But it's you give out a couple pieces of candy, you're like, I did a thing.
You're just asking for her to try it.
Yeah,
No
yeah, yeah.
judgment.
I-
Try the chicken soup. See if it warms your soul.
I feel like it's gonna help you more than I feel like you're missing out because you're like, why am I gonna do this? But until
Are you thinking that this might teach her that that not every person that comes to her door is a murderer? Is that what you're hoping to do?
No, she'll still think that.
Yeah.
This is not about
a trap.
Yeah.
It's just about
It's just now they're just murderers with candy.
why
Yeah.
not? Like you know,
Why? When I could just sit on my couch
Yeah,
and
well,
relax
but-
after a 3-day
Yeah,
weekend
she's
of
pretty tired.
craziness.
Well, I mean, it's not that much work to walk to your door and
I'd
hand
have
out
to
a
see
piece
the
of
candy
candy.
you
My
give
legs
out.
hurt so bad.
I
You know
gotta
how much
see the-
walking I've done?
I got to see the candy you gave out. What'd you give out?
Hey, Crystal bought a bag of Costco
Vegan candy?
No,
yeah,
no,
I
no.
hope it's not. No,
No,
don't give me
I mean,
giving out
Bags
that.
of vegetables.
Don't be giving
brand-
out that fruit pectin.
It's
You
A lot
got
of
to give
people were
out.
giving out potatoes this year.
Yeah, that was the big meme, and I mentioned that to people at our little, like all of our neighbors kind of. The way we did it, everybody was kind of in a line, and Andrea got smart, and we used road cones to kind of block off the road, like where people would park in front of our home. So and then apparently all of the neighbors thought I think I pissed off my neighbors. Like I almost pissed off my neighbors because every time they would look out, they would see the road cones, and then I did caution tape from the trees through both parking spaces in front of my home, right? And the neighbors would look out, and they were like, "Who the hell's doing that? How are we going to do our Halloween?" They didn't know it was me. They kept looking like Stu and Sue were like, "We're going to go tear all that down." Like, no, it was like me. Like I should have communicated with them. Like I should have told them like, "Hey, this is me. I'm taking this for us, for you guys." So this year we'd never had it before, but it made it so much better to have like the area of concrete to put all our candy and stuff. And then May came up with a nice system of like we had a big candy barrel and then we had a toy barrel with the poppets and all the little plastic cheap Chinese garbage erasers and stuff that I hate. Here's one.
How many people came through Baldwin last
Here's
night?
one. It's a little toilet with a turd in it. This is some of the
Wow.
garbage you could have gotten at my Halloween stop. I would estimate thousands. I couldn't even tell
I mean,
you.
an endless stream of humanity. Right?
At one point,
How late were they out?
well, we weren't out that late because we underestimated, and we were out of candy at 8:30.
Wow.
And I mean, like, I was giving away. Maisie was even like going through her candy and picking the stuff she didn't like and putting in people's buckets. We were like, we still got stuff. We were trying to limp along because we were having fun. May gets to stay up late. She was having a good time. But I don't know, man. Maybe past my house, I think I could accurately hit it, like, and maybe be under if I said 8,000, 10,000.
An insane amount of people.
Yeah, like if I said 10,000 people walked past my house. Yeah, I think that's probably accurate because everything was shut down and people were walking crazy. There was one time at 8:30 when we got done, and we had to agree as neighbors, like, to stop because, you know, like, we were all running out of candy, so we rationed it among, so, like, if you were a kid, you didn't, like, have one person there. You know, like, it would end the street.
Yeah,
you know, we're like, once one goes in, we got to all go in because it's like they're like zombies. So we gave out all our candy, and then we looked at our neighbors, you know, all the neighbors, and we're like, we got to hit it. So we left the pumpkins on for a little bit, and
I know that it's like it was slowly changing to a more like a neighborhood party.
Yeah, candy shoots are still down here. A lot of candy shoots are still operational in Baldwin.
What do you mean?
Like, it was funny that, like, the candy shoots that were used, like, 3 years ago for the pandemic, whatever, people are still doing it.
Yeah, because it's a fun way
it is fun.
To distribute. You know, the kids put their, bags under there, and you put the candy. A couple, like, I feel like Halloween, out of all the holidays, benefited from the pandemic because it caused, like, I remember trick-or-treating in 2020, and 21, and everybody was just, instead of going, like, everybody didn't know what to knock on people's doors or whatever, so everybody moved out to the driveway.
Yeah.
And I feel like then, once everybody did that, they were like, oh, this is better.
Yeah.
I'll just sit out my driveway, and then all my neighbors will sit out, and then we'll all participate in this big block party.
Yeah, it is better.
And then what happened is that everybody started, like, I'll barbecue, and I'll, like, play music.
That does not happen in my neighborhood.
It eliminates Sam hates, though, too, the ringing of the doorbell, no, there's none of that, because you don't get to my door. In fact, Andrea had caution tape all.
No one really goes up to the doors.
We were out front just kind of hanging. The barbecue idea I might do next year. I might actually get my smoker out.
Oh, hand out hot dogs.
Do a little, hot dogs, pulled pork sandwiches or something, man. That'd be awesome.
And then for the kid, like, this year, I felt like it was the easiest year for us. And, like, even my sons, they agreed this morning when I was taking them to school. They're like, I think that was the best Halloween we've ever had.
It was a good one, yeah.
And
it was.
And there's, like, we left the house. We went down to Domrick, the rich side of our neighborhood. Mm-hmm. And there's, like, 5 different streets that all do, like, block party type of deal.
Yeah, and you just walk the party.
And so we went around to, like 3 different blocks, and on each block, it almost seemed like every other house or every house was participating. Like, every house had a driveway of people,
right.
And then they just went back and forth. They got, 3 pounds of candy
yes,
and fast, you know what I'm saying? And we didn't have to walk that much. We did a loop around the neighborhood. The kids were, like, satisfied. Like, all right. Then they like to go back and trade the candy with Becca, their niece.
Yeah.
And,
you trade it, you count it, you sort it, you play with it, you eat some.
And then we went back to our house and then called it a night. And then it was like they were trading candy. It was like it was pretty easy, and it was all because it was all in one place, like in and out.
Yeah.
Everybody, like, we didn't have to go around and start searching the who's participating.
Yeah.
Everybody's there.
Yeah, we get everybody too, like every type of person.
Yeah.
Pardon me. So the people watching is fantastic.
And it's almost better this way for everybody because the neighborhoods that are not really participating, that don't have that many kids, stay kind of silent. Like, I saw a bunch of posts. I heard Sam this morning say, like, a lot of people said they didn't see anybody.
Yeah.
It's because everybody goes to who's participating.
Yeah.
Which is a better system.
It is a better system.
It's
because
like, don't just go.
Because also it's better for, like, if Sam wants it to be quiet, the only way to guarantee that it's going to be quiet is you have to respect the integrity of the system we're creating here.
Yeah, all the kids in your neighborhood are going to the neighborhood that's participating.
And they should.
Yeah.
And they should because that's the only way to keep it quiet for Sam. Like,
it's better for everyone.
The guy across the street from me came over. I was telling Sam about there's this gentleman that built a costume for his daughter. I'd never seen anything like it, but it was awesome. He built like a steam shovel. Like, he just took a box, he put a broomstick through it and made, like, handles, and then he put it on a rope. And then so she had, like, a crane that she could lower her basket down and then crank it back up. She's little. It was so cute. But he was like, hey, I'm your neighbor. And we're like, we know him. We're like, yeah. He was like, we don't get any trick-or-treaters on our side. Because the way that the street is angled, people just go past his particular area, right? So we're like, well, next year just come with us. Bring your candy. We'll just give it all away here.
Yeah.
Like, there's no need for you to
like try to divert the
come to
flow.
again. You're right about your
go
system.
to where
Yeah.
they're
It's better for everybody because your neighbors might want to keep it quiet too.
Also, like often in life, I look, you know how we constantly talk about when we grew up as kids, like we had to work harder for a lot of things, right?
Yeah.
And then nowadays the kids, the kids don't have to work as hard. Yeah.
I had to walk up to the doorbell.
Yeah. And then so
I got to ride my bike though, so that was pretty cool.
In most things, I'm like, oh, the kids nowadays they're not working as hard as they should be. That it'll be good for them, right? But with Halloween, I'm the opposite. I'm like, I like the new system of ease. Like
That's better for everybody.
It's better for you, right?
Yeah. It is better for mom and dad because the walking part for mom and dad is crap.
But it's better for the kid because, like, if you look back at how much waste of time it was in the 90s and 80s going from house to house, and then, every third house, there was some grumpy old person. There was like, what are you doing here? Like you're confused.
No, but I mean, like, it shouldn't even get that far based on his system, right? Like, you should be left alone.
And then so now we have a system.
Well, the sign is there's no lights on, right? That means you're not participating.
But some people
that wasn't a day. Back in the day.
Yeah, back in my day.
It wasn't my day.
Was it?
Back in my day, it was like you always had that one kid that was like, well, maybe the bulbs burned out. Like they're like, let's try anyway.
Yeah.
Or maybe like who knows?
God forbid they're looking through your windows and they're like, I see somebody in there. It's
I
like,
can see you.
God, like I hate that. Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't shame the people for hiding.
But it just makes it easier for everyone if you go to the places that are participating, and then just
also, if you don't get them at your house and you want to give out candy, go to somebody else's house and do it. It's just easier for you.
Yeah.
Turn your lights off. Go to a place that's populated, and that way, at least your candy will be taken.
I saw people like in their, and by the way, there's more golf carts than ever, and that's
too many kids riding them though. If you want my old man spin on it, golf carts. We got the golf carts, but it's all 16-year-olds with broccoli hair driving them around here.
But I hate
them so much. Oh, I hate the broccolis.
I saw people from different neighborhoods driving their golf carts over to this neighborhood and just sitting on their golf cart and handing out candy to people walking by.
Yeah.
So like now you don't even.
So now we're just gonna have the candy come to us. You stay in your house. You stay in your house and have other houses drive their golf cart. Hold on, you might be onto something. Reverse trick or treating.
But it's like, okay, well, because they understood.
It's treat or tricking.
All right, these blocks are there's the most people. So instead of like giving out candy a couple blocks away where there's not as many, I'm gonna just drive to.
We should just shoot the candy into the poor neighborhood.
It makes sense.
Just like fire it into the neighborhood.
Anyway, so it seems like society's figured out a pretty good way to participate in Halloween, and I'm
I like the spirit. This guy likes fun. This guy likes
only on Halloween though.
But it's efficient.
No, he's in holiday season. I have a feeling you're going to see a totally different Tom.
I don't even like.
If you walk in here in November with a pilgrim hat on, there's something wrong with you.
I'm just saying, like,
when's the last time he's ever suggested us do something fun to make our lives better? Chicken soup for the soul.
I don't know that he has.
He's never done this.
Because it's a.
You got laid last night or something?
No, I didn't.
But it's awfully positive.
No, I'm just saying.
Very positive man.
Especially after the bank thing.
It's enough. Like it doesn't make.
I know, right?
Yeah.
All hell.
Sorry I brought it up.
Oh my God.
You know what? Back to Halloween, guys.
That's why we asked you to hide in the house. You're not supposed to say that, Sam. He was doing so good. He was so happy.
I'm gonna go ahead and link TND Medical. I'm like, don't link that. I'm like, that's not us.
We're not a doctor.
Why are you
saying it? Like, you understand? I've told you 15 times that I don't know what that is. So don't just say we're gonna go ahead and link that. I'm like,
are we gonna talk about this on
Friday?
Why
are you linking it? I don't want that.
No links.
Anyway.
But you don't get any links.
Jack links.
We'll be right back.
Beef jerky. Bye. All right. Our guests are here. You want to tell them why you're wearing that?
Yeah.
What's up, guys? We're still on Twitch and YouTube, just so you know. Where's this go? Where's this go?
Wednesday 2.
Thank you, Sam.
Yeah, I know. We were happy to be able to come down here.
Cool. Awesome. You guys are really close to here, right?
Yeah, we both live locally.
Right on. Very cool.
So we'll do the. We'll do the segment. I'm more in the stupid costume because I lost the bet, and then this week I have to wear it the whole week anyway. So I'll tell you on the show. But anyway, but yeah, it's pretty easy. We'll talk to you about the
Hey guys.
and how it came about, and then
also like nice to meet you. Oh, okay, very nice to meet you. Pleasure. Well, now we get to like really meet you. Yeah. Good to see you guys. Thanks for being here, y'all. Appreciate you. Fix my trash can.
And then we'll talk about like kind of. I know you guys have rebranded recently and maybe expanded and stuff. So we'll talk about.
Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Come on in, y'all. Do you need a water or anything, or?
I think we're just gonna open this.
Cool. You can bring anything you want in here. This place is battle tested.
This is very nice.
It's okay, you know.
like this.
It's pretty cool. But yeah, it does
Hello.
the job.
Hello.
It's not bad.
Should I sit here?
Yeah, if you want to sit right there, and then we'll put another,
Okay.
put somebody else right there.
Awesome.
And then there's headphones for you.
You guys are awesome.
I like that you took off the
And
suit
we
just
are
to
on,
introduce yourself.
YouTube and Twitch right now. We just run it live all day, so it's just kind of like always on, which can be problematic if you have something you want to say that's private.
I have nothing I want to say.
So we just
that's
turn it off, and then we say our private stuff, and I'm sure the chat room is bummed to hear me say that, but yeah, we try to make sure that we... Okay, we'll make sure we can hear yourselves, and you can hear us, and...
And it's Mom's a mystery right now.
Yes, and mysteries.
Mums? Mums are the best.
There's something.
All right, let me fix that guy. Oh, I love my mama. That is a mama's boy.
I love it.
I was an
You guys
only,
trick-or-treating
though, so
last
I was
night?
both.
We were.
It's
Oh, yeah, you
it's
guys a little
become
rough
more
this
efficient,
morning?
right?
Yeah.
Like I feel like society's got trick or treating down pretty efficient now.
Yeah.
Like the neighborhoods that are participating, they're really participating, and then it makes it easy for everybody.
I don't think we found one of those neighborhoods actually. Where we went, it wasn't very busy. There
Oh, really?
wasn't a lot of kids. Yeah, we went to a friend's house and in their neighborhood. I had been through there recently and seen that like there was a lot of houses decorated. I was like, oh, this will probably be great for trick or treating. It actually wasn't. There wasn't that many kids out, so it was kind of a disappointment. But
Huh?
yeah.
It's like you have to find those pockets because like we went over to Domrick and then there's like 4 or 5 square blocks that everybody is just doing like it's almost like a big block party, and then like they're all participating.
It's
so
like
it's like
MTV Spring Break.
you know, and like Baldwin here, it's like everybody's participating. So it's
There's
like you
no
just,
one not participating.
sure.
Well, there
You don't-
are, but like those people even.
it's house to house.
But
house,
what
yeah.
they do is they usually have somebody will take their spot.
And
So
then
like,
set up, another
just
person
set up.
there.
Like we had a couple townies that didn't want to participate, but then people would just stand on their doorstep because they already asked, and they're like, "I'll hand out candy for you,"
Oh yeah,
That's great.
because it's just too many. It's just
it just makes it
the
efficient.
part I hate is the trash. Maisie and Andrea did their normal tradition of getting a Winn-Dixie bag, and then as they walk to school, picking up candy wrappers. That's like makes me feel like I should be a better human. You know, It's like, I gotta.
I love it.
Okay, y'all, let's do this. Mr. Van, do we... I don't think we need anything else here. That is
So it'll be
saved.
Thursday, right?
Yes, Thursday 1.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2...
Welcome to Corporate Time with Tom and Dan. I'm Tom.
I am Dan. We are live on Twitch and YouTube right now, and you can join us every Monday through Friday. Just search at Tom and Dan Live. We'd love for you to join us and hit the subscribe button. That's what people say when they want you to know your digital footprint, Tom.
Yep, our Bad at Business Beer Fest is coming up November 18th. That's completely free beer fest. Just show up.
Yeah.
We're starting to.
Why do
hand
we
out-
continue to do it, especially when we're locked out of our business bank account right now? We can't pay any bills.
We are bad at business.
But yeah, we are bad at business, but we're not going to
God
let the
damn it.
fact that we're locked out of our bank account stop us from throwing a free beer fest. No sirree. We're going to keep doing it.
How the day after?
No, I'm
how
sorry.
does it
I
make
didn't-
it
I didn't
correct?
mean to
I
do
go
it.
to
I'm
log
sorry.
in and
Yeah,
I'm
I
now
know.
going to log
Yeah,
out
yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Well, you
So
gotta
now
log into your
yeah.
T&D medical account.
He went to log in this morning to just explain the problem to me, but we can't even get as far as getting into the account so he can explain it. So it's real bad now.
We actually have to start a new business called T&D Medical. That's the
Yeah,
only
and we
way
don't
to
know
solve it.
anything about medical.
I
have
know
no
a little
idea.
bit. I know enough to
And
get
I
us
need
through.
medical with the,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, I could be a great, in need of medical help.
It's all antibiotics and pain pills. That's all you need to know. Those two
Yeah.
pills, you're fine.
Exactly.
That's
If
all
you got
need.
those two, oxys and penicillins, you're good to go.
So Sam's here. How you doing?
Yeah.
I'm
Hey,
all
Sam.
right, yeah,
Sorry.
good.
Hard pivot.
So we've talked to our guests before on the phone. This is the first. You know, it's funny when you talk to someone multiple times through email and through phone, and then you meet them first time in person.
Whoa.
It's like, have I met? I forget. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm like, well, nice to meet you in person, but we've talked multiple
Would it
times.
is it rude if I say I don't remember our guest? Is that rude?
Well, you don't remember?
No. I remember that
we
had.
interviewed
Okay,
on the
hold
show
on.
multiple
Hold
times.
on. Let me explain. Are you going to allow me to explain? I remember doing it. I remember talking to them, but when I met them in the lobby, I'm like, who are these people?
Well, we never met them in person.
Right. That's what I'm saying.
So Mandy and Melissa are here.
Maybe it was rude.
From former Moms and Murder podcast
Yeah.
and now Moms and Mysteries podcast. How you guys doing?
Great. Thank you guys so much for having us.
Thanks for being
Whether
here.
or not you remember that we ever spoke to you before.
I remembered
no.
it. It's just I didn't remember your faces.
Well, because we
That's worse.
Okay. I'm digging a deeper hole, I feel like, here.
Well, you know what? When we talked to you on Zoom, I think was the first time we interviewed
Yes.
you guys.
Yeah.
And when we interview people on Zoom, like the TV's up there, we end up looking at the camera and then
Trying to
doing
give
a
the
phone
illusion that we're actually talking to you. So in
Sure.
order to talk to you, I'm like doing a lot of this and I'm like talking to the camera.
And we were not actually looking at the
No.
person on Zoom, so it's essentially doing a phone
this
interview
whole thing
for
is
us.
fake. If you're listening right now, all of this
Yeah.
is fake. It's all trash. Fake trash.
So we're talking about a candlelight vigil that you guys are you guys putting it together? Are you guys participating in it? Are you just promoting it? And let's talk about how this whole thing started.
Yeah.
Sure. We're more so participating in it. We're working with the family of Vladek Hasel. He is from the Orlando area, or actually lived in the Orlando area for a while. He's been missing for 2 years. He went missing in November of 2021, and we were surprised because we had never even heard of this story. We didn't know
I didn't
we
either,
had,
and
right?
I started reading up on it. And I was like, "How?" And it's on my side of town too. So I was really
Exactly.
surprised I hadn't heard anything about it.
Yeah, and we were surprised just because of what we do that nobody had, mentioned it to us, or if it just didn't come our way. So we met them at CrimeCon, which is like a weird kind of cool thing that they do.
CrimeCon.
Basically, exactly like
Do you
that.
dress
Where
as
was CrimeCon?
Do you cosplay CrimeCon, or is that like?
No.
Luckily, that's like a big no.
Okay,
That's
I was gonna
'cause people
say.
have definitely
Of course, I
tried it.
show
Oh, really?
up. I'm like, hey, I'm Dahmer. And
Yeah.
they're like, get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
It's a pretty victim sensitive event.
Okay.
So no costumes.
Okay. Gotcha.
Sorry,
I will-
Dahmer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, man.
What about a lighthearted hamburger?
Yeah. No
I
place
feel
for
like
it.
how you gonna
No
imagine
place
that?
for it. Are you gonna be serious?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, the guy in the
No.
bear suit asking for the hamburger.
Can I apologize to you guys? I apologize for this.
Yeah, it's on brand that he would ask for the hamburglar, considering he's wearing a bear costume in
But not
interviewing
even
you.
really wearing it.
No,
That's-
I know.
feel like there should have been a little more effort in
Can I
this.
say he's half-assing it? He's-
Honestly,
yeah, you're not putting full effort into this, man. On Peloton, Jess King, she says you got a whole asset.
and so does Ron Swanson.
Yeah, Ron Swanson says you got a whole asset, man.
I blame this listener that we have named EJ. He's a horrible person.
He is a horrible
He's
person.
making, and I told him,
He's
I was
also
like,
disgusting.
I was like,
do you guys know any disgusting people? He's
I texted him this morning.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
like, we're-
EJ.
yeah,
There it is.
you get it.
I'm like,
favorite
we're,
podcast.
We're gonna have some guests on. We're gonna talk about sensitive subjects. Can I not wear the bear suit today? And he said no.
I
have
can't wait
to.
for
Oh, look at that!
tomorrow.
People subscribing
We
in our
got the
chat
Sanford
room.
3 coming in tomorrow. Dom's gonna clown you good.
Oh, yeah. Tom ain't got nothing. I'm gonna bring a digital hot dog for him.
So, back to this case.
Yes.
And why don't a lot of people know about it?
Good question. I mean, I don't know. It's just one of those that just hasn't made it really into the media. And it's the family that's really working very, very hard to find answers. And the thing with his case is he kind of spoke ahead of time before he actually went missing in the Alafaya Trail area that things weren't really going well for him. And there was just kind of he was upset. He was having a hard time. And kind of through a series of events, this one thing happened on Fox Trail, at Fox Trail Coffee Shop.
Foxtail.
What did I say? Fox Trail?
Yes.
Foxtail and Fox Trail.
Okay,
Yeah.
Foxtail.
Anyway, so he goes missing. And the family really just wants to know if he wants to be missing and stay, do his own thing. That's totally fine. But they just want to know that he's okay. And so we just want to help.
Right.
With that.
The thing is, he was last seen after his father left for a 10-day long trip. So there was 10 days before anybody even really knew that he was missing. And there's not a ton of evidence in this case. He lived a pretty simple life. He didn't have a lot of personal belongings, and what he did have was found at his apartment. Oh, wow. And so I think maybe the lack of evidence is why it hasn't really gained a lot of traction in the media, because there's not really a lot to talk about. His family has been really they have done everything they can to try and get the word out themselves, which is so hard to do as a family when you just don't have a lot of connection. So we are like now really wanting to just help them get the word out about the case, because they feel that that is part of the issue, that there's not a lot of people that know that he's even missing. So that's a very important piece of the puzzle that we, are trying to help them with.
Sure.
I mean, just to prove that fact, Sam, who knows anybody who's missing, usually, like
that's true. I mean, that's like she likes that stuff.
Like, and there's certain people in your life that you go to when you want to find out information about a certain topic, and if it's missing people, I go to Sam because I'm guessing Sam knows. Or
especially if it's local, I feel like
and
that's a thing.
Truly, really close to
I'm not even
Lakes.
I'm not even making a paranoia joke. We're actually being serious for once on our show, and like, it is something that she enjoys. That is like, I wouldn't say like necessarily a hobby, but it's an interest. It's something that brings her joy. And if it were local, yes, this would be something that she would mention to us.
Or it's just on her radar,
right?
And do you think this is because like there's lack of evidence of any foul play or anything, if this person is just a missing person, and the news usually when they report missing person cases, it's when something like is tied into it where they think they're going to get, because the news is a ratings, it's an entertainment show. So if there's nothing salacious tied into it, a lot of times the media, kind of skips over cases like this, right?
Yeah, for sure. And the only thing they've found is and they don't even know conclusively, but it looks like one of his red slides that he wore, just like Adidas looking, but red slides. They found one in the woods behind where he lived at the place at Alafaya. And that's really all they have. So they do feel like there's a chance he went back there, but they haven't been able to find anything. So they don't know if maybe he met with trouble on the way back there, or he decided to just start a new life. But they just want answers, and that's what we want to help with.
And it's just one slide, right? It was just
one. So and like red slides, it's just not something you see a whole lot. Like it was enough where they were like, okay, actually this could be him. So,
and the family, like you said, just want answers. And like if the person, if a grown adult decides they want to live off the radar and
I'm very close,
and just disappear.
I think about it all the time.
You could do that in society,
No, I really do. On the show, the running joke with me is like I have this reoccurring fantasy and even dreams that I have of me living alone, no family anymore, under an overpass, secretly just like tucked into one of those little cold, little damp areas, and that's just my new start. That's where I go, and I don't know. There's something very comforting of like not having to taxes or life or
he
war
was simplifying everything in his life. So signs do point that he could just be out there missing, and that's just what they want to know, and that's what we're trying to
knock twice if you don't want us to find you.
Just
please.
Send an talk to somebody, tell somebody, and but he helped a lot in the homeless community. He really wanted to be somebody that was helpful. He was friendly, and so it's like people would know him. If they know that he's missing, people will know that they've had contact because he's just a friendly guy. But if you don't know he's missing, you'd never know that you might know something that's important, or you might have talked to him or whatever. So
there could be people that interacting with this person every single day and have no idea, especially like if you are living like a homeless lifestyle, like I'm guessing no one asked that many questions within the group.
Supposed to say unhoused.
It's unhoused. I said it wrong. Yeah.
Sorry, I got my thumb on everything you're supposed to say.
I knew I was going to mess
homeless
that up.
is just so fun to say.
I'm not sorry.
It's like bum. It's like I don't want to get rid of bum. I love it. I love the term bum. I love it. I don't want to get rid of it.
Come on. But it's like,
let me have at least one.
I'm guessing no one asked too many backstory questions amongst that community, where it's like, all right, whatever your backstory is, that's your business.
Well,
and
a lot of times,
and
also a lot of times, it's just like any type of like crime within a deep-rooted socioeconomic community that might be poorer or might be inner city. I mean, you're going to be a little more tight-lipped. Why am I going to help you? Or if you're the authorities, why would I even help you? I don't trust you. You're not on my team. So I think you end up finding dead ends that almost write themselves because why would you cooperate?
So let's talk about Moms
Sorry, I
and
ran out of
Murder
breath there.
and,
I was like, die.
and Moms and
You did great.
Mysteries and your podcast, because we've interviewed you guys before about your podcast and how you started. And so you guys, you started this podcast, and now you kind of rebranded it Moms and Mysteries to kind of expand into, like, for this
Like
case, this is a mystery that you're trying to figure out. It's local. Now, what's your guys' schedule? Because I know you guys are moms, and you guys have.
I wish you weren't, though.
Wouldn't that be a great,
it
like,
would be awesome
no,
if
actually,
we are good as moms. We don't have any kids, but we do all the things.
yeah.
We know how to do the stuff.
Is this officially your full-time jobs?
Yeah.
Okay,
Mhm.
So dope.
Moms
No
and Mysteries.
studio though. We,
That's
you
why-
guys are
yeah, that's why
totally
they're rich.
outranking
Well,
us.
That's why they're
saving
rich.
money.
This is such
We're
a
in
waste
debt right
of
now.
money.
Yeah.
This is
And you
such a
can't
waste
get
of
into your
money.
bank.
We're
Yeah.
about to have to make it a medical office. I think.
Yeah, I know. I don't even know what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. There's certain things you don't need in giant studios. Is one of them.
Yeah,
What
yeah.
is like
With
all you need is
carpet
a,
with your faces
a
on it.
microphone.
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, the carpet alone was $25,000.
I feel like we should have our feet up.
These soundproofing tiles right here, that's $18,000.
We have a satellite dish.
We have a satellite. This is a custom made. There's a custom made. Some of these woods are illegal. You can't even have them. This custom made has
Are
a
you writing all this down?
14,000.
For
14,000.
taxes.
We beam through our satellite.
Yeah.
And we do satellite radio for no reason.
No, we had we called it a lot of favors. It wasn't even
I
close
love
to
it.
any of that.
So how do you guys, and I know we've asked you about this before, but do the mysteries come to you? Do you do you have a day
Ooh,
of the
I like
week
that.
where you see what new mysteries are out there or something you haven't covered yet?
Sure.
Or what's your process?
A better organized person would do exactly that.
No.
Oh, you're like us? No, you're not like us.
I mean, we're probably pretty similar. We have people that send us stories about their family and, a missing person or somebody that's passed away in their family and wants us to cover it, which is always kind of strange when people are like, my uncle died. Do you want to talk about
that's
him?
close, yeah.
Yeah. So
but at the same time, we like when the mysteries come to us.
For sure.
Because then we know that the family actually is looking for help and
Wants
they're
coverage.
looking to they want the coverage. Exactly.
True. It's
Because
your
not
audience.
everybody
Yeah.
does want so much coverage. So we actually appreciate when people contact us and suggest a story to us, or especially if they actually want to be involved in the creation of the episode that we make. We really appreciate those stories. And that is kind of what we were moving more towards when we rebranded to Moms and Mysteries. We wanted to make a more, I guess, a friendly environment for people to come to us, and we kind of felt like Moms and Murder sounded a little off-putting.
it was terrible when our kids said it. It just,
Yeah.
it got to be a thing.
That's
where
why Tom and I changed our first podcast was named Rape Dads.
It's hard to brand.
I was like, this whole Rape Dads thing is not working
Probably
out.
not
We gotta
good.
get rid of
No,
that.
no.
It's terrible.
It's rap with an E.
Yeah. Rape.
It's like Shopee.
Yeah, you guys ever be riding down the road and you look over and it says like the old vitamin shoppy and you're
Oh,
like
yeah.
mad at it. You're like, take that E off. This is America.
So I'm curious because I would be like this if we did let's say a mystery podcast and you find a mystery and you're like,
I'm too
this
afraid
is
to do
interesting.
that. I'm like afraid of
Well,
everything.
this leads me into
Yeah.
does this make you more paranoid? Because
No,
I'm
you've been wanting for
Yes.
a while. I'm gonna just be dead honest. You've been wanting for a while, even probably written on our whiteboard. You've wanted Samantha to find mysteries or murders and stuff that she likes and present it to us for ACT, right? Because it's something that she's into, but. Right, you've been wanting to do a little bit
I mean,
of
I
that.
actually do that.
Yeah, you've been wanting to. That's what I mean. Like,
I'm taking
all
her
in
show.
here.
I'm like,
Yeah,
hey,
yeah.
do your
your
on
episode
our
here.
show.
Yeah. That's
All
what all
that
the radio
work,
hosts
just
do.
I'm just doing what I was taught. Anyway, so the mystery. So once you get a mystery, you're like, oh, this is interesting. I haven't heard of this.
This is a grade A mystery.
So I imagine and then you maybe interact with the family, and then you start getting emotionally involved because you're like, man, the family
that would
is
be my
reaching
part.
out. So you get
I'm so emotional.
you get emotionally involved in this mystery. You talk about it, you research it, and then I imagine after a certain amount of time, then it's like, well, we're doing a podcast. We're doing this entertainment podcast. We have to move on to the different mystery, but this mystery isn't solved.
Yeah.
And even going into it, you're probably like, well, we're probably not going to solve it. That's advantageous to even think, but we can shed light on it, and that will be our contribution.
Give it attention.
But
yeah.
I imagine you start caring about it, and then moving on from it, is probably difficult, right?
Wow.
Yeah. And I wouldn't say that we ever really entirely move on, especially with family, when it's a case where we're working directly with the family. Even after, our episode is released and we've kind of done what we can do in that moment, we still maintain contact with them as much as we can. And then, a lot of times they'll let us know if there's been an update and ask us to share about it on our platforms. So we kind of try to keep an ongoing relationship. And then, of course, if they have anything that we can help them with down the line, we're always happy to help, anybody that we worked with, of course, in the past. So we never really shut the door on that. Like you said, you do get emotionally invested. So anytime we have the opportunity to kind of circle back and do something else for them, we're happy to do that.
That's the best and the hardest part, because you are emotionally connected and you want them to get answers. And then, like you said, you're going on to the next week, but you haven't forgotten them and you want to help them, but that's just how life goes, and we're on to the next story. So it's hard.
Yeah, no, I can imagine it's hard because, like, it's you get invested into something, and then now it's like I feel like it's a part of you, like this information, and then you also know that it is still unsolved. And then
there'd be a level of frustration there,
but it lives
right?
inside your brain still,
Yeah.
and so that is, in doing what you guys do, like our content is so stupid and meaningless that
Thank you. You didn't need to say
that if
you didn't need to point
nobody cares whether like what we're doing.
We're still trying to figure out your bet. That's the mystery.
I mean,
I think you owe Randy $500.
I feel like every day we start how do we start our day? Is a mystery, and how we end it is a murder.
The mystery is, are we going to be able to get into our bank account today?
Yeah, we're not. I can already guarantee
one day you'll get an email.
I will be paying you from my own personal account, Sam. You will get your money, but it will just give half, and then tomorrow half.
Your business account's going to be moms and medical.
Maybe we should have had a more successful, better podcast come in here just to tell us how to do our banking. You know what I mean?
No. Because anytime I go to the bank, there's a lot of questions because it's still our LLC is Moms and Murder. So somebody always comes up to me and it's like, could you tell me a little bit more about this? I'm like, I just need to make
you
a
do
deposit.
have the murder bank account. Yeah, I'm sure that goes over well. Yeah. Okay.
So I'm sure you guys have watched Only Murders in the Building, right?
Yes,
yeah,
absolutely.
Because it's about murder podcast.
And who would go to that building?
And
I know. I know. After the third season, why are we still here?
What a horrible place.
Yeah, it's gonna become kind of ridiculous at this point.
Much like our show.
Yeah. But
Am I
Martin
Short? Am I Martin Short? And you're Steve Martin?
Yeah.
Because Martin Short's sort of gay, right?
Well, his last name is Short.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, one of the cliches that they make fun of in that show is, I forgot what's her name from 30 Rock.
Tina Fey.
Tina Fey.
Oh, whoops.
And Tina Fey, like, she does a murder podcast, and then she's kind of portrayed as like
she's supposed to be the serial girl.
Well,
like the lady from Serial with the curly hair and the glasses.
She's basically just all business, and she's like kind of exploiting the whole murder genre.
Is she like a villain a little bit?
Yeah, kind of. They kind of portray her, but I'm sure
I haven't watched the show.
But it seems like they wrote that character in to kind of like, hey, there are probably podcasts out there that are perceived as like, you are talking about this topic and monetizing it, but you're just you're outside and you're coming and monetizing the topic and then moving on. And I'm sure that's a thing in your guys' genre.
Totally.
And have you heard about that? Like, do you deal with that?
Yeah, we've heard about it. We've dealt with it. It's you're talking about the worst day in someone's life, the absolute worst thing that's ever happened to them. So we just want to be able to tell the stories with the victims of the focus, and hope that people understand that, because there are jobs where you are talking about this. There's Dateline, there's 2020. We all listen and we consume those things. So I think if we can do it in a way that we're being respectful to those that are affected by it and we genuinely want to help, I think that's helpful. But I will say what you guys do is super important, and I know that you're making jokes and stuff, and the jokes are great sometimes, but you're making jokes and stuff.
We'll take that.
Hard to take that compliment in a bear cage.
But it's important to have it's important to have that. I don't listen to true crime podcasts. I really listen to like comedy stuff, because we take so much of that in that you kind of have to.
We're like first responders.
Basically.
Us.
How does it go again? It's us, then...
Well, it's the military, us, and then COVID nurses, a little bit underneath.
Then
they're going through the motions.
Surgeons.
Surfing's very popular.
Firefighters are way down this year. It's been, I don't know what's happening.
All they play is pickleball.
I don't vote. I don't vote on this. It's just I look at the stats. I'm like, oh, they're out of the top 10.
Listen, all I'm saying is every once in a while, in between your pickleball tournaments, like
squirt a little water.
Yeah, just build a fire and put it out in your parking lot just so I can see it.
It counts.
If all I see you playing is pickleball, like I need to see some hoses every once in a while.
Yeah, and if I see one more recipe, firefighter spaghetti. Have you seen that one?
Yeah.
It's all in one pot, and then you bake it.
So
I know. I don't know about that. I mean, mush.
Let's plug the candlelight vigil one more time.
Yes, please.
And then when when you're putting one of these together,
Candles. You need candles.
Yeah, like candles. You need a paper plate to stick it through. How many do you buy?
The paper plate. No, it's a little. It's just to stop getting the wax on your fingers.
I found that anytime you get a group of people together, like you need someone to like tell everybody to quiet down and start with a speech. For whatever reason,
no.
Like, you know,
there's a technique to that. You just go up with the mic and then you start talking, but talk in the softest voice you have.
Oh, to cause everybody to.
And then you're like, okay, thank you guys so much for coming here. We're so glad the turnout is really. And then everybody will naturally come down. It's a mind trick.
And then how long is it supposed to last? Like I'm sure you give a speech and then everybody lights their candles, and then is it silence? Do people just like
there's different variations.
Have small conversations?
There's different kinds.
These are great questions. We don't entirely know. We're going with the family. We have a friend, our researcher Haley, who's awesome. She's helped with vigil, so we're kind of learning in this. I think they even have like candles now that they don't burn. They're like lights more so you don't have to worry about setting
I saw those on
fire.
QVC.
Firefighters once again.
Okay.
I saw those on QVC.
Yeah.
Even the wick moves back and forth. It blew my mind.
So if you want to see a cool wick, come to this the vigil. It's on Sunday, November 6th, 6 p.m., St. Joseph's Catholic Church in the Prayer Garden on Alafaya Trail.
That's beautiful, and I hope that it's as meaningful as it sounds it's going to be, and I hope the family, obviously we wish them love and hope that they get some help.
You know, in concerts, when they change the holding your lighter up to a cell phone
I don't like it as much. I don't like it as much.
Like, can it be a cell phone light vigil in the future? Like, does it need a candle? Can you just hold yourself
put like a GIF of a candle on your phone? How about a GIF? Like a GIF.
You're right. You could just have a GIF of a candle burning under and just hold that up.
So help me if anyone shows up.
With a candle GIF.
No, but it's all about.
I mean, you're gonna get the email from that. They're like, someone came and used a candle GIF. You idiot.
No, but it's all just about showing up.
And then we'll have a podcast enemy.
Sure.
Then we'll have a podcast. We've never had a podcast
fight.
We've never had a pod war.
No.
We've never had a pod war.
Well, you guys are bigger than us. So
Yeah,
you'll crush us. You'll crush us under your murder boot.
Oh my God, murder is good.
Your national audience. And we may
What
have
happened to
you
Tom and
in
Dan?
like hyper local, but national.
What happened to Tom and Danny? It's a mystery. Unsolvable mystery.
Yeah, and how can people listen to the show again?
The show is Moms and Mysteries. You can find it Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere. We would love for people to go to @Find Vladek Hasel, VLADEK HASEL. That's all his family. It's on Reddit. It's on TikTok, Instagram.
I'll put it in the notes.
Find all the information.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
I'll put it in the notes. So if people want it, our notes we've never had better notes than we've had now with links and everything in them. So I'll include it so that way people, if you want to find out more information, or maybe you already have information.
Seriously.
Somebody could be out
does.
there. Yeah.
Somebody does. That's the whole thing.
Yeah,
so
it's like
getting the right person to hear it.
What makes me think of this, there's a gentleman, I believe he's unhoused, who lives under the overpass over here by the by Kittinger Park, and my daughter always sees him reading his book. And one day we rode by and he wasn't there. She got concerned, and all I had to do was ask some of my Orlando friends, and they're like, "No, he's good. Just
or they'll move to a different location and stuff.
But you never know. So
absolutely.
So good luck with it, guys, and thanks again for coming in. We appreciate it.
I appreciate you guys so much for letting us come on and talk about it.
Yeah, no, but and we should do more of this where we because you guys are local, you're a podcast, and
we have a war.
Yeah, now we have a freestanding war,
and you're bigger than us, so then maybe we can get some more listeners. You mentioned like, hey, Tom and Dan,
absolutely,
you're like stupid,
and then they listen to us. They're like, not our thing.
I gave it a shot. We appreciate. I don't know why you like
there's
it.
nothing for me here.
I don't know why you like it. Why do you even go on there?
So when you guys do,
are we going back into the interview?
Yeah,
back in.
Right, we want to make you take
turns here.
Yeah, they don't do this. They don't do this on their show.
Who's our next guest?
EJ.
Is that EJ?
Oh my God, it is EJ.
Why is he here?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
I don't know either.
It's a mystery.
That's the.
I literally asked the chat who the hell's in the lobby because I had no idea.
She was paranoid. She thought the murderer was here.
We brought him with us. That's what we did.
We brought the murderer.
Okay, now I have two more
you
questions.
guys are too funny.
Does like all this research about murder mysteries? Does it affect your life, where you start to think more paranoid?
You got to go to a shrink and like decompress a little bit, or like maybe like take an extra mommy bath or something. Like
I will say, I am the most paranoid person in the world. When I got here, we're in a very nice neighborhood, mind you. When I arrived here, I texted Melissa. I was like, hey, I had to park like a block away. Let me know when you see me walking up. As if something was going to happen to me.
Wait, I do that
You
to
gotta
you.
be careful.
I do
There's
that
a guy
to
in a bear suit here.
Yeah, I do that to Tom. I don't like walking in places by myself because
No.
I think people will look at me and be like, who does he think he is? So I do that.
This is
We have to
blows my
walk in
mind.
as Tom and Dan.
You don't realize how I live my life. I wander around aimlessly, never thinking about danger whatsoever, ever. Like
Nice.
I've wandered through dark, like you know,
Must be nice.
no, just there's a night
so
like
dangerous he
random
doesn't even
neighborhoods.
remember where he's
He
walking.
leaves his doors unlocked.
Yeah.
Like
This guy's a maniac.
There'll be a sketchy character like underneath a
Suspicious.
street light.
Just you in the mirror.
And then I'm like, maybe that guy knows. I'll just wander over to him and be
man,
like, hey,
hey,
why?
hey,
I'm like,
man.
hey, you guys, I got all this money I need to get to the bank. I'm like, oh, just
Can somebody give me a ride to the bank with these bags of money?
like I never look behind me. I'll be fumbling with my keys every time. I'll drop my keys on the floor,
Yeah.
pick them up. I'll like never think that there's someone ready to kill me. You could easily kill me.
You're like,
Just-
I'll be
put
standing
that
out there. I'll be like, what's the passcode? He'll be like, 9164. You're like, he'll yell any passcode, and anybody can give anybody a password.
Like, I'm putting it out there. If anybody wants to kill me, just come up behind me and
Ooh,
kill me
hey.
Yeah.
easily. Like
Yeah.
I'll never even see it coming.
If you
Never,
want to do
ever.
it, if you just come up behind him, just an El Kabong on the head, easy breezy,
If you
one
give,
shot.
If you give me food with poison in it, I'll immediately eat it. Like,
Yeah.
at any
You
time.
did
like,
just eat that
Do you
sandwich.
know why I know
didn't
that?
you?
Do you want to know
No,
why I know? I've given him
I'm-
food with poison in it.
I'm
and he
never
ate it.
suspicious
I
about
didn't
it.
put enough poison in there, though.
Yeah,
He's a thick boy
next
now.
time. Next time.
Last question. When you guys, because it seems like you guys are living a normal non-celebrity.
Oh, I thought that's when you go
lifestyle, right?
hard, where you're like, it seems like you're living a lie.
No, but then
This is where he goes the hard-hitting question.
because I've
Brian
talked.
Is
Sawyer.
it true?
I've talked to other people that do specialize like topic-driven podcasts or social media, and they tell me when they go to like certain conventions or like when anytime they go to somewhere where like a big group of people are meeting for this topic, then they're celebrities instantly.
Yeah.
Because now you've got 10,000 people and thousands of them listen to your show,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you go from living just a regular, I don't know what a regular mom lifestyle is, but people can paint the picture of that, and then all of a sudden you're at Crime Con and now you got thousands of
Yeah.
fans. They're like, oh my God.
That is way different.
Mandy and
That's
Melissa,
weird.
how weird is that for you?
Very.
It's super weird because they feel like they know you, which is fine. Like that's a very cool relationship to have with people, but they remember things you don't remember saying.
Oh, yeah.
And so, so that's a little, it can be a little awkward, but it's amazing because we kind of feel like nobody listens. And so when you see somebody come up to you and say, oh, I listened to the show, you're like, wow, they're real. Like they actually exist. So it's really cool, really special, but it's weird.
I like watching the chat room analyze our guest, and they're like,
Oh gosh.
the girl in purple doesn't want to be here anymore. She's checking.
I think that a lot
Look, I
about
just
her.
call it like I see it because I got to make the show good, right? Like,
Yeah,
right?
she's suspicious
Look,
of
don't
what
put
happened,
it. Don't put it in the chat room unless you want me to
She
read
thought
it.
we were wrapping up. Like,
Yeah, she
20
thought we were
minutes
wrapping up, and the
ago.
only reason you could
There's
be
some weirdo in her lobby. Like she's now
she's
suspicious of what.
like checking her pants, looking for her taser.
I'm wearing a
No,
bear
that's
suit. She's
not
like, how
true.
much do I really know about Tom and
Yeah,
Ed?
yeah.
Like, I don't know these guys.
There's a man wearing a bear suit, then some other man that looks like a special needs murderer. Like he comes walking in. The guy, what is he? 6'9", 400
I
pounds.
even warned about
Yeah,
him.
the
So-
guy from. Do you guys
I don't even know
remember
why
the
he's
movie?
here.
Do you guys remember the movie Big Fish?
Oh, I
Yes.
love Big
Yeah,
Fish.
that guy from Big Fish is
Oh.
like the big giant guy
Hey,
that
he's the
died.
biggest fish.
Yeah, that's the biggest fish. Some would say a whale.
Melissa, Mandy, thank you very much for
we
coming
appreciate
in.
it.
Thanks for having us.
Moms and Mysteries podcast.
Yes.
Find it anywhere where podcasts
Subscribe.
are heard.
I already saw people in the chat room. Man, they're so good. They were like, subscribed right now.
Aw,
Thank you for doing that, y'all.
thanks,
That's,
yeah.
that's really cool when we see that. Now subscribe to our stuff.
Right.
You idiots.
It's not
that good.
I don't even know what it does.
It's not that good.
Who
You
am
know
I
what?
showing
No,
subscribers
I
to?
agree with you. Subscribe to their stuff, not our stuff. We don't need it. We're fine.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more corporate time.
Awesome. Good job,
You guys
y'all.
are awesome.
We're still on YouTube and Twitch and everything.
Okay, yeah.
Awesome.
So, okay, awesome.
Yeah, just in case.
Yeah.
So
Could we? You guys have really cool stuff here. Could we leave really this?
Yeah,
that would be awesome.
Please.
I don't know where.
Yeah,
Thank you.
do you guys
That's
have
Thursday
time
one.
to take a picture with us real quick?
I was about to suggest we need that.
Oh,
We're trying to do more.
So-
I'm sure you guys are social media.
I don't know that story. I know that's your wife.
That's my wife, and then Bart Merrick, a sponsor. He's their realtor team. They every year they get
okay.
holiday like cards for their clients that they mail out. And because they order so many, they give them a free promotional pillow with the holiday picture that they took. And then we just started collecting the pillows as a joke.
I think it's
And it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it almost makes us want to order one with Tom and like us on it, you know. Like, but then I
I think
think
you guys are good.
it wouldn't be natural, so then it wouldn't be, you know, like I don't think it would work. At that point, it becomes like we're trying too hard. All right. I have this umbrella. I have the same. Yeah, the upside down umbrella. Yeah, I have oh, my flag.
Yes, that's why I came. Yeah. Plus, I want to buy you guys lunch.
Hell yeah.
Because I have all this.
Appreciate it. Good to see
Do you want me to take the picture so you all can be in it?
that would be great.
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, if you're cool with
Here's
it.
mine too. Is that one?
Okay, I'll do one at a time. Landscape or portrait?
I know how this works.
Landscape or portrait?
I'm in little lane. I know how this. I know little people in the front.
Let's make sure we open the box today. All right. 1, 2, 3. Do one more. 2.
Thanks, sir. Thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate it. Pleasure. Yeah, so great to meet you too. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure. Oh, sorry, Tom.
Sorry, it's a Jacksonville flag. I didn't know.
No.
I've
But
got
it has the Falcons on it.
Dude,
like,
I'm
it's
putting
like
it in
a-
there. I'm putting it in my.
You know, it's funny. The only reason that 6-7 years ago, the only reason we got the studio is because we used to run Daniel's like bottom floor, and then we
talk
just
to
built the
EJ
studio in his.
Sure. Yeah. Why not?
He lives like a block over, and we're getting to the point where we're meeting with potential advertisers, and we're realizing like, man, we're meeting.
All right. That was fun. Got that saved. That was good. I brought my lunch every day last week, so I did good. This week was Halloween, not so good. Not so good on the bringing my lunch. Oh, well, he doesn't have to, but it's very nice of him. I need to get something for lunch today. I don't know what to get.
But nowadays it's kind of like overkill because it's like so much time has passed that legitimate in people's mind, and it's like, oh, we don't really need this.
Should I put the mic on it?
It's nice to have. It is nice to have. I think it's cool, especially as moms who don't have a lot of space at home to just get away and like,
going to work is,
yeah.
My wife is dealing with saying she's a realtor, she works from home, and she's like, man, I wish I went somewhere every day because it's,
Yeah.
What do you think about guys that we should talk about this? I got a guy hitting me up.
Thank you again so much.
See you guys.
Thank you.
Have a good rest of your day. Had a guy hit me up that wants to write us a Wikipedia page. Come in here, dude. You want to chat with EJ for 10 minutes?
yeah, we got 10 minutes.
Yeah,
I'll buy
sit
you
on.
guys lunch. So you guys want to go to Gators or something like that, or I got it.
You don't have to buy us lunch,
I
man.
want to, man.
Just hang out with us.
Yeah.
We'll just walk to Publix and eat here.
Okay, I'm just. Well, let me buy lunches.
You're too nice. You're too
I have
nice.
the next 3 days off, so I got time to kill.
Well, it's good to see you, man. You wore the right hat too.
Oh, I love this hat.
Yeah, we're all.
It's one of my favorites.
We're
Yeah.
matching. I love this hat too. It's so comfortable. Okay, what do you want to talk about?
We just got 10 minutes.
Uh-huh.
We could just bullshit with EJ.
Come to lunch, Jackal. I'll buy your lunch.
We could ask him why he came here.
Yeah, I think he
lunch.
feels guilty that you're wearing the
yeah,
bear suit. Let's talk about that. Here we go. 3, 2.
Welcome back to a corporate time. So EJ's here.
What's going on, guys?
We didn't expect EJ to come.
I didn't announce I was coming or anything. I had a flag for Dan, lady that I work with, went to the Falcons Jags game in London and gave it to me. So
Yeah,
I was
it's
like,
cool.
I definitely wanted Daniel to have it. So.
I'm a big flag guy, and in fact, I need to order a new BDM flag. When I was cleaning up my garage before I had Caliber property improvements, like do my floor, you know, I gave away my BDM flag to a BDM that didn't have one. But then I'm like, damn, I shouldn't have given away my BDM. Now I don't have one. So I need a BDM flag again, and now I have this flag. There's something cool about dads or guys in your garage on your wall having like some flags from like
an old license plates.
Yeah, license
stuff
plates,
like that,
flags. I like a good Kathy Ireland Miller Lite poster.
Spuds McKenzie.
I'm looking. Yeah, I want to get a Spuds McKenzie. I'm looking for all that old stuff, flat stuff, not junk. It's got to be flat to the wall so it looks nice. But I think I'm going to retro out my garage a little bit.
That sounds cool.
Yeah. So this flag's going to be my starting piece.
Thank you.
So fun.
EJ comes in, and then we're like, "Why are you here?"
Scaring the moms.
Sorry, I didn't mean it. I should
moms.
have let you the heads up.
I know.
Sam,
I was asking the chat. I was like, "Who's in the lobby
I'm
right
sorry.
now?"
I will. And I'm going to say
plus,
something.
I'm a huge guy coming in, so it's
All
kind
I
of
can
really
see was a
intimidating.
leg.
And I'm going to say something, and this is not about anybody, and I agree with it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're just going to stop by unannounced, you're going to get on Sam's bad side. I'm just going to let
I
you
know.
know. I'm just letting you know. You're going to do
that.
that. You're going to do that. If you choose to do that, that's on you. But the way she runs the studio, we know who's coming. We know who's going. We don't got time for people just dropping by. You're going to get...
Sorry, it's spontaneous.
You're this close to getting banned.
I know.
So EJ's like, "I want to buy you guys lunch. Let's go to Gators. I'll just get you all lunch on me."
This is
And
like
then-
when you know what this reminds me of? Like when your dad hits you too hard.
yeah.
I do kind of feel bad.
I
It
mean,
seems
not
like
to,
your kids have
not
been really
to take
mean
it
to
into
you
trauma,
lately.
but I figured most Floridians could identify with this. But this is like, my dad never hit me, but he did. He like went to hit me with a belt one time, like to scare me, and I moved in front of the belt, like we were like, and he hit me. And it was like, this is what it is. This is like when your dad hits you too hard, and your dad's gonna come, "Hey, pal, you want to go up to Cumberland Farms and get an ice cream sandwich?"
Yeah.
I think he feels guilty.
Yes, he
Especially
does.
because the kids are giving you a hard time. Especially Daddy, you should stop betting. That kind of hurt me
They
a little
said
bit.
that?
Yeah.
I missed
so
that.
You think
That was on Monday.
Man.
So you think the only reason that EJ stopped by is because he feels a little guilty that you're having to wear the bear suit, and that was the bet.
Yeah.
Plus Tommy and Max saying, "Why do you gamble all the time?" Your wife even commented on the BDM page that she's tired of EJ trying to draw you into bets, which was really more of a commentary on you falling into the traps, or you've got an addiction you can't control.
Well, first,
I've seen Kurt Warner on the new NFL commercials, and Kurt Warner's
Only
like,
bet what
"Hey,
you can afford
only
to
bet
lose.
what you can afford, and if you don't he's like telling you."
It's definitely for
Do
Tom.
you need to talk to Kurt? Do you need to talk to Kurt Warner and his wife who has a gray flat
I
top?
was going to say the same thing.
His wife has a gray flat top.
Also, Kurt, is God by your side or not? Because you're telling me on one side that God's by my side, and then you're telling me that only bet what I can lose. Wait a minute. If God's by my side, why would he let me lose?
I forgot about that. You can't say that.
No,
while
I'm
I'm
just
drinking.
saying. Anyway, so
That's super funny.
first, EJ, you should feel guilty because you
You're tearing his family apart.
You are a con man. You con me. You con me into the swing bet.
I even said that to Sam. I feel bad because I feel like I know that I know I'm doing
Yeah,
this.
you knew you were a whaleman that could swim, and you knew right from the start that you beat me the whole time.
Yeah.
Isn't that the whole point of betting somebody? Because
Yeah.
you think you're going to win?
I know I was going to
but
win.
when Tom loses, he can flip it on EJ and say, you're a con man.
And this also makes you weak.
It's kind of like a
I'll explain.
It's kind
I
of
was
like a
going to
white
offer
man-
to go get the perm today, but
Isn't
I was going to
this-
get the haircut after it, though.
Isn't this like a white men can't jump scenario where you kind of just got hustled?
I did get hustled.
You just got hustled.
But it was a valuable learning experience for me. And
Rosie Perez in the shower, my God.
Here's why
yeah.
you shouldn't be so weak, and because this is a bet that I made. I'm a grown man. I understand gambling. It's one thing if you trick a special needs person into
that's
betting
what I'm
all
feeling like right now.
and
that thought.
and then you're like, well, he didn't know any better. I knew better. I was confident, and I lost fair and square. And now I'm making myself a fool. In front of other people. The Moms
of
Murder
podcast. That was my favorite day so far.
They
know what I was
will
willing to
never
do?
business with us now.
I
need their listeners.
I love when you take the
Do you
bear suit
wanna
off and
know-
talk to them.
Do you want to know what I was willing to do and I thought about doing it?
What?
I thought about saying, oh man, something's wrong with the cameras and giving you an out. I thought about... That's how far I go for you, brother. And I called you brother like I'm Hulk Hoganing you right now.
I would definitely call that as you didn't do enough broadcasting
I'm
this
Hogan
week,
holding
and you
you.
need to do another day on Monday next week.
I am your Hogan brother, and I was willing to lie and say that the internet was messed up and turn these cameras off so you wouldn't have to wear the bear suit in front of the moms.
Yeah, because
that's how far I'd go.
The Moms and Murder podcast is gigantic, or Moms and Mysteries now. Huge, I'm talking, like giant.
Yeah, it's mega.
And I talked business with them back in the day about advertising, and I was
But now you just
giving
look like
I'll help you.
you look like an effing idiot.
Will you help me? Because every person you help
flushed down the
blow
toilet
up.
You didn't need to wear it.
Because now,
Like,
for
what's
sure, they're in
worth-
their car like, that guy's a fool.
Yeah.
And, that guy's just a radio clown. We knew it. He was trying to con us into thinking he knew business. He's obviously a radio clown.
Why didn't you just take it off, do the thing without it, and then just put it back on? And then if anybody said anything, like which is worth more to you? Like
I have to honor my bet.
I mean, like, you still are technically honoring your bet.
No, if I took it off during the thing,
Oh,
then
I
the
would
listeners would be
definitely
like,
call you on it.
Then you should have let me lie for you. You should have let me lie for you.
No,
Oh,
I
if
can't
I
lie.
came in
You'd
and
lie for
caught
us.
you
You'd
doing
lie
it,
for-
that would make me so
anything
happy
it takes,
too.
Whatever it takes. David Moss. I have to do whatever it takes to hold this place together. And if that means lying about the internet to our listeners so you don't look like a fool in front of Mandy, and I'm forgetting the other lady's
Let him
name.
off the hook.
Melissa,
Mandy.
Yeah.
If
But they would have, during the interview, audio only, if we didn't mention that I was wearing their bear suit, the listeners would have known. They'd have been like, well, he's not wearing it.
You're overthinking
They never
it now.
even
You're
mentioned
overthinking
it.
it.
Yeah,
You're overthinking it.
No, I know. Because that's what I would say. But like, oh, they turned off the cameras. He's not wearing it.
Well, no,
they're
what
not
I
even
cop
mentioning
ticket
it.
is
all
dash
I
cam
would have
off.
had to have
They're
said.
not even mentioning
I mean,
it.
you could have had it right over there, and I could have just said nice bear suit still in the room. You got to think bigger, man. You got to get bigger
No, that
lines.
would've
We got to
known.
hold this thing together. We got to hold it together.
Anyway, this is why you're weak, EJ.
Okay.
Because you have.
Because I have empathy?
Because if you had a perm.
You are sweet. You're a sweet human.
Or, for instance, maybe the first bet that I lost, and you had to wear the FSU jersey on your Facebook, and then I would have gotten great pleasure out of Frank Gore commenting that you're a sellout. That how about I thought you bled green and orange, and then you're selling out, and then you feeling like you're super, like you they turned your back on all your football friends. And see, I would have seen that, and my heart would have grown like the Grinch because I'd be like, yes, I'd be like, look, it's happening. Exactly. So my son's being disappointed in me, and the Moms of Murder now thinking I'm a radio clown. That should grow your heart.
Moms
that does.
That tells
the son's thing is the one that bothers me.
It just tells
the other
me
people
your
I don't
wife.
care
Your
about.
wife also thinks
you're not built
like,
for this business.
Isn't Crystal back to the enough is enough, or like I can't take it anymore? I mean, like, seriously,
she said enough's enough.
In two, because of the swimming one, and then there was one other challenge that you were like did or something.
The bet, the goatee, the
the goatee. Okay, thank you.
It's
Ruining the
It was
pictures
the
of the
goatee,
Moab thing. Yeah.
Goatee to mustache, mustache to Moab, Moab to whale wars, and then like they're fighting. He's like his wife. They're sleeping in the same bed. The boys are disappointed in you.
Oh,
I mean,
Crystal's like you're having a radio relapse.
That's the name of the episode for sure. Radio relapse.
I'm gonna show up. All of my family, everybody I know is gonna be sitting in a room, and they're gonna be like, "All right, we'll start reading the letters. You're back doing it again."
I wouldn't even
You're
write
back
one.
at
I
it.
wouldn't
I looked
show
for
up.
Oreo
Yeah.
cakesters
I would
yesterday.
show up.
Yeah.
I would enable you just like Bam. I would enable you just like Bam.
I'm like, I only have 2 white claws a day.
I had it down to 2 white claws a day.
By the way, is Bam Margera doing good?
Yeah, he's doing good.
He
He's
said
doing
he's
good.
been sober for like a month. I
Yeah,
think.
he's been about a month and a half sober.
Oh, he's back. He's good.
back on Cameo. The Cameos are back online if anybody wants one. That's my Bam impersonation.
I see him hanging out with like
BDM was hanging out with him at the Tampa skate park.
He's kind of hanging out with people that probably, I don't know, if you're trying to stay sober, you wouldn't hang out with. You know,
with their social media rappers, right?
It's like, hey, I'm trying to be sober, so I'm gonna go to Riot Fest and I'm going to get on stage with a bunch of punk bands, jump around.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
It'll
be good for me.
I see him like with some social media rapper, and they have like they're driving around some Bugatti or something, you know, and they're on 7-Eleven. And
all things that people do when they're serious about sobriety. You're like, how do I stay sober? I do donuts in a Bentley.
Yeah. I mean, what's the over/under on him going back into alcohol? Right? I mean,
100%, 100%.
Is this a DeMar Hamlin scenario again?
Yeah.
Oh, no. You gotta stop betting, man.
Minus 2,000, right? Like,
can you bet on it? Can you bet on his sobriety?
Oh yeah.
Like
I bet you could.
It's like minus 2,000. It doesn't work out, right? Like he goes back to drinking.
Well, like I haven't seen. Here's what I'm saying. I'm making a lot of stupid jokes. I've heard that he's been about sober for about a month and a half, but I don't see like I'm not hearing him say anything about like I'm doing this because of X or I want to see my kiddo or like you know what I mean? Like. It's not the normal. It's just okay. Well, I wish you the best.
Real quick, one sports thing that I want to talk to EJ about is that, and I thought about betting our cameo money this weekend and starting it. I think we had like $250.
Oh
starting
I haven't
$250.
checked it in a while. I think I let a couple laps.
Deposit that in T&D Medical.
I think
we need it bad.
I think I lost a couple. Then there were a couple of things that people wanted us to do that I'm not going to do.
Oh, no.
I'm not going to do
Oh,
those.
is it because we
videos.
said we say anything?
Oh,
I'll
yeah,
say it.
No, it wasn't saying things.
I've already ruined
like,
it.
There wasn't saying things.
I'm going straight
It
radio
wasn't saying
relapse.
things. There were a couple people that wanted us to put salt on our lips and then lick it off seductively. I was like, I don't think I'm
I'll
doing
do that. I'll do that.
Okay.
No problem. So
we have $212.
And as much as it pains me to bet on this, and I have bet my personal money on it so far, but I like the Chiefs minus.
You're taking the Chiefs?
Minus 2.5. And I just think that they're better than the Dolphins. I think the line should be -3 on an even playing field or whatever. So like
they're both going to Germany.
Yeah, they're
both.
It's
an early game. Well, here.
Yeah. So I feel like on
Taylor's not going to be there.
That doesn't matter. But it's just
that does matter. Look at the stats.
Look at the Dolphins. They look at their losses against the Bills and the Eagles. I watched both those games and they got annihilated. It wasn't even close. And they blow the doors off of mediocre teams. But I mean, you're playing the Chiefs. What would the Chiefs and the Bills be lined at? I was thinking the Chiefs would be -3 with the Bills.
Yeah.
Right now, and then so the Bills blew the Dolphins out.
Yeah,
so now
big time.
you're lining the Chiefs -2.5. I think it's a direct result from that last bad game that they played. Mahomes had the flu. I count that as a wash. There's no big injuries, and I just feel like and then Dolphins played well their last game, and I feel like
Kansas City did not.
The Dolphins are being overvalued. At least at 3, I would be like, all right, this line is right. At -2.5, I would take the Chiefs, and I did. And I'm thinking about betting all our camo money, but there's some other smart people that are like Miami in this game, though.
Go big or go home. Don't do this little piddly squad garbage. Take the 212, put it all on the line.
Yeah, but the other people like Miami in this spot, and so that's what scares me away from it. But I'm just saying that's my side of it. And what do you think, EJ?
I think I like the Chiefs there, but I would like the Dolphins as well. The problem is it's because it's a neutral site game in Germany, so you don't know which team's going to show up, which team's going to be.
Anybody else stoked about that?
Up.
I'm pretty excited.
I'm excited about the 9:30 game. I'm like, I'm going to go to a bar and watch it at 9:30 in the morning, which is so weird.
I'm not going to go to a bar, but I like the European games. I like them way early too. It gives me the same vibe as soccer, but it's like the pacing is better. I like it.
There's a game on when you wake up.
I love it.
That's not.
That's
you have to
fantastic,
wait till
yeah.
1.
I like being able to
but you gotta
cook
set your
my
fantasy
breakfast
draft,
while it's going. Like I think that's pretty fun.
By the way, you know how sick I am wanting the Dolphins to win, but betting on the Chiefs. Right?
I know that's really rough. Yeah.
I need an intervention for that. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
All right, nice. That goes
Thursday too.
And then is it lunch?
Yeah, I think because we may record, do some content for Monday after lunch, but we don't necessarily need to.
Wasn't there some commercials y'all need to do?
We do. We have a Streamline and we have a Sports Subaru we need to do.
But we do.
All right,
we also
guys.
have all of Thursday.
Have a good lunch, y'all.
Yeah.